So hello and welcome to the VideoNAP and Twitter Tips Challenge on day 2 of the Cheltenham Festival. We'll start off first with my sort of review of day 1. But there, very classy again. Only just scraped home, but to have won 2 champion hurdles and obviously the unbeaten run he's been on, such a classy horse. Mellons ran a cracker also. Mick Jazz tipped by myself in third, unfortunately not each way, but he has run a cracker also. York Hill, Fane, they look the shadow of their former selves, and really, I think I'd be looking at retiring them. They're not the same horses, but if connections think otherwise, then so be it. That was a big race done. I don't want to go on for too long because we've got Wednesday's action to review. In terms of the Twitter tips to challenge me yesterday, it was quite tight between myself, Matt Clarkson, and Maddie Plale. It was me who came out on top. Through Mr. Whittaker being the nap, tripling the odds, of course, through TTC rules. In a nail-biting finish at the end, only won by a head. What a great race that was to bring day 1 to a close. But Matt napped Kustar Sivola, Maddie next bested Mr. Whittaker also. So Wednesday's participants, who I will go through shortly, have plenty to live up to. In fact, I'll go for Wednesday's participants now. We have myself, we have Ethan Simlett, Steve Ryder, Adam Crooks and Joe Bell. So be sure to check out their tips below this video in the tweets on the thread below. So yeah, check out theirs below. Let's move on to Wednesday's action now. And again, like yesterday, I do apologise for keep looking down my pad. I usually do a blog, as you may well know, but I don't do a blog anymore. It's just a video, so I'm purely going off what the pad says. We start off with the Neptune / Ballymore, whatever it's called these days. So many races are changing names these days. Sam Crow clearly is one to beat. You can't argue with what he's done so far. However, I think he definitely has his hardest opposition to date in Next Destination, and Next Destination will be the selection for the race. 3 from 3 over hurdles, including a Group 1 last time out. Won all 3 of his hurdle starts with real ease. Looks like a really good, really smart customer. Mullins and Walsh, got to respect any horse that runs at Cheltenham, especially in the Neptune. That represents those two. 4th in the champion bumper last year, so clearly we know not beaten fast. Clearly we know he acts around Cheltenham. So for me, although Sam Crow, he's so jaw-droppingly good, he jumps with aplomb, he travels so well, he pulls clear so well. But we're going to try and get him beat over here. And at 4 to 6, happily will do so. And for me, Next Destination, as market suggests, is probably the most likely to do so. And for me, yes, Sam Crow's won his races easier, but I don't think there's much difference as to what they've beaten. And for me, I think Next Destination will serve up Sam Crow at around 7 to 2. He will be the selection. I also like a couple of others in the race, just in case the principals fail to perform. One's a much bigger price. I think the one I'm going to mention later on is going to be about 100 to 1 about one of them. But the secondary choice is Vision Day Flow. Slightly disappointing runs this season, but he ran a much better race last time out at Exeter following wind surgery. He absolutely sluiced up by 31 lengths. So yeah, he is an interesting customer. You can't really rule out anything that Colin Tizard runs, especially in the Potts Silks in novice races. And around 14 to 1, I just feel like he's a horse who has definitely improved for the wind surgery. And if he can really build on his really impressive win at Exeter last time out, he could be a horse who could just get into the swing of things. The horse at a massive price I quite like is Go With The Flow for Ben Pauling. Again, he hasn't done anything really so far as to suggest he'll be good enough to win this, but he won last time out at Doncaster, did it nicely enough. Obviously, Ben Pauling caused a minor shock last year when Willoughby turned over Neon Wolf in the Neptune, in the Ballymore, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I just feel like maybe 80 to 1, who knows, could be a little bit too big a price and could run into a place maybe, who knows. Other horses to mention include Black Op, representing the winning connections of yesterday's Supreme Somerville Boy. Is that his name? Yeah, that's his name. Somerville boy. Sorry, excuse me. Brookhouse, Feely, and George. I just feel like he was second behind Santini last time out. Santini's a horse who I really like, and if he does run out battle at Friday, I feel like he will go close. But I just feel like, again, I said it about Somerville boy, I'm going to say the same again. I just feel like Black Op will probably find a few too good, but who waits to be seen. The final horse I think of mentioning is Duke Day Genevrier. I would like to have seen him run in the, well, I don't know. I feel like he might have given a better account of himself in the Supreme, especially as Mullins' Get a Bird obviously failed to fire. Yeah, because I feel like he got soundly beaten by Sam Crow last time. I just don't see him reversing the form with Sankara, unfortunately. I think time for that is behind Next Destination on his British debut. I feel like he's improving with every run. Obviously, his two starts before that was his British debut, I believe. Sorry, Irish debut for Mullins twice before. The last time again he improved behind Sam Crow, but I just feel like again he's going to find Sam Crow Next Destination probably too good. Although I think it's a horse that will improve his racing. It wouldn't surprise me if he was a horse who could win a Group 1 somewhere else, maybe Fairy House or Punchestown or Aintree or wherever before the season is out. That's the Ballymore done. Onto the RSA now. And to be honest, one of my biggest fancies of the week for quite a while runs in the RSA. And it's presenting Percy. Plenty of reasons why I like him. Probably brings the best form to the table. Obviously, Trainer Kelly does very well with his runners at Cheltenham. I love Davy Russell round Cheltenham. Obviously, you probably wouldn't see him quite to best effect on Petit Mouchoir in the Arkle, but Davy Russell's class. He usually rides a win every year at Cheltenham. I think he always does ride a win, actually. If you look at his records at the Cheltenham Festival, he probably won't have many better chances of presenting Percy. 3 starts ago, won a handicap in Ireland with absolute ease. 2 starts back, reverted to hurdles in the Galmoy, absolutely slew his up, brilliant performance. Maybe I'd rather him actually gone to the RSA having gone off the back of the Galmoy, but they squeezed another run in between, which I don't think they were meant to. So in second behind Our Duke, which really, if you look at Our Duke, he clearly bounced back to form. Some of his format saw him on the Irish National. Much more run in the right direction from Our Duke. And I think, to be fair, presenting Percy being so close to Our Duke, dropping back down as novice company, I really feel like he'll be the one to beat. Around 5-2, it's maybe a little bit short, but people who maybe have got a little bit of an interest in racing, who've been asking me for ages. God knows why they've been asking me, but people have been asking me, who do you fancy for Cheltenham? Who do you fancy for Cheltenham? I've been giving presenting Percy. I feel like his horse will stay. He's got class, and for me, he is the one to beat in the RSA. The other horse I'm going to go for is Black Quarter. Is it another horse I love? I think he won at least one race at my local course, Worcester, earlier on in the summer. I'd be lying if I said I thought he'd be RSA bound around 8-1 for the RSA on the back of those. Worcester wins, but he's improved no end. I mean, he won the Feltham / Corso Star race on Boxing Day really well. I know he got beat by Elegant Escape at Newbury the time before that, but obviously he reversed that form. He's won Ascot since. He's so game. He's won Cheltenham since as well. We know he likes Cheltenham. To put any doubts that he might be some sort of summer flat track bully winning at Worcester. No, he's won at Cheltenham. I think he'll stay. He's clearly got a great partnership with Bryony Frost. I feel like hopefully there's more to come. He's improved all season, and I would just like to think that maybe there's another good run in him, and hopefully he can run a good race. So for me, presenting Percy, Head, Black Quarter, Hart, but expect both to be in the mix for sure. Other horses to mention from that race. Elegant Escape, I've already mentioned, beaten by Black Quarter in the Feltham. I know obviously he beat Black Quarter the time before, as I've already mentioned, but I don't quite see Elegant Escape reversing the form from Kempton on Boxing Day. Album Photo, I'm pretty dejected to see that he's not lining up in the JLT. I really would have liked to have seen him line up in that. I feel like that would have been more his bag. I have doubts about him staying, but I do respect his chances all the same. Dunikos is a horse I quite like, and he was definitely the horse who just missed my shortlist of 2. 4th last time out, but staying on all the time. 3 miles, no problem. Horse has caused a few shocks this season, but I feel like he's got a big run in him for sure. and Monolly, who won last time out. The only thing that puts me off is Henry de Bromhead's Cheltenham record. It's not been, if you look at his stats on the Racing Post website, they've not been that great last 5 years or so. And it would just put me off maybe slightly his chances, especially if you're looking at him about 3-1. He's clearly on paper presenting Percy's main protagonist rival. But for me, presenting Percy is a better horse, and I fully expect presenting Percy to come out the better of the two. What race are we on to now? It's the Coral Cup. I quite like a couple at the head of the market for this. The main fancy is Mount Muse. He's been chasing of late. He was beaten by Black Horton and was it Miss Parfois? Obviously, he was flat in form as well. Last time out at Ascot. I feel like going back over hurdles might bring out better in him. I feel like he maybe was a natural jumper. I feel like a mark of 142 based on his best hurdles form is very lenient. Second, obviously, at Aintree last year behind Ping Shu. I just feel like, 142 is a workable mark, and obviously the Coral Cup's a hard race to call, one of the hardest races of the week to call, but I just feel like he could be a horse who, I say, he looks well weighted and he's got really smart form, and if it all could come together with him, I feel like he could be. I think he's going to be thereabouts for sure. The other fancy is William Henry. Pulled up 2 starts back, I believe it was chasing, which was a slight worry, but last time out won the Lanzarote really nicely, in my opinion. It wasn't by far, but I think he did it really well, bouncing back. I see no reason why he shouldn't run a decent race here. Maybe a little bit short, but I do like his chances. So for me, it's Mount Muse and William Henry in the Coral Cup. The other horse I've mentioned is probably top of the game. Won nice at Sandown last time out, and I feel like he'll run a decent race. The only reason why I didn't quite go for him was he was behind William Henry in the Lanzarote. I think top of the game was 4th that day, and I don't really see the reason having to choose between the two. I've come down to the fact that I don't really see why William Henry should be reversing that form. Sorry, I don't see really why top of the game should be reversing that form. So for me, William Henry will hopefully get the better of top of the game again. So yeah, to reiterate, Mount Muse and William Henry in the Coral Cup. Now I move on to the big one. Blimey, this could prove to be one of the races of the week if all 3 turn up. All 3 of the big ones, of course. We'll start off with Altior. Not my selection, honestly, too short. The doubts of his preparation. Is he lame? Is he not lame? The problems he's had. Slight worry. Honestly, he's only had 1 run this season. I think ideally you'd like to see Cheltenham hopefuls have more than 1 run. You can't argue at Newbury with class last time, but I just feel like in Min and Duvan, he's going to have, obviously, his toughest race of the season, his toughest race of some time, tougher than the Arkle last year. And I feel like one of these two are going to beat him. Now, for me, it's going to be Min is for selection. Purely won't go for Duvan. Can't have him having that run for a year. Ran in this race last year, pulled up, ran no sort of, well, not pulled, he came 7th, didn't he? But ran no sort of a race. Couldn't be having him again. We saw Faheen hasn't quite bounced back. And I'm sorry, but I expect it to be the same about Duvan. Can't have a horse hasn't ran for a year in the same race. I just can't see it. I don't see him being there. I feel like just because he's running, I know he's entered the Ryanair. I might be talking in vain. He might not even be turning up for the champion chase. I can't have him. I know Walsh has chosen, but I can't have him. However, I can't have Min. I know he was soundly beaten by Altior in the Supreme 2 years ago, but I do feel like as soon as I saw that race 2 years ago, I thought that Min would be a horse who would definitely improve offences. Whether he would improve past Altior, I'm not sure. But obviously, at the price they are, Min's worth a bet. Ran more than Altior this season. I know he's won 2 of his last 3 well. The one he didn't when he was disqualified, that was a slightly worrying run, the way he sort of didn't, he hung up the straight line. That's quite a worry. But last time, he reversed the tables with Simply Ned with such ease. 12 lengths? It was absolutely mind-blowingly impressive. And for me, if he can replicate that, I feel like he's the one. He's not the one to beat Altior, but I feel like he's going to really serve it up to Altior. We've got doubts about Altior. So hopefully, I have no doubts about Min. And for me, the prices, if Min can replicate that Leopardstown run, I feel like he's going to serve it up to Altior, and I feel like he's the bet for the race. So it's Min for me for this whopping brilliant champion chase if they all turn up. It's meant to be Out York for me. Secondary pick, he won't like the ground, but last year he caused an upset when those around him those above him in the market didn't perform. The ground won't suit him, but Special Tiara at 33 to 1, Group 1 horse through and through. Won it last year, couldn't have him at that price, 33 to 1, well worth a copper or two for sure. The cross country is next. Interesting race, really. You could give a chance to a few of them. My main fancy is Bless the Wings. I feel like you need a horse who likes the course. He does. He was behind Cause of Causes last year, quite soundly beaten, but I don't think Cause of Causes will like the ground as much. He won his last race, I think it was in December around the course. Dave Russell on top. I just feel like he's solid, and I feel like a race like this, you got to have a horse who knows his way around, and he's solid. And for me, I quite like the selection. Bless the Wings. I think Cause of Cause is going to run a good race, but like I say, the ground might not be in his favour, and I just would rather Bless the Wings at 9, Cause of Cause at 3. You got your classic Bolger juggernaut in there. For me, with Josie's Orders and Alvignat at quite short prices, I'd rather be having Cantlo at 18. He's the horse that's won around the course before. I don't get why he's such a bigger price. For me, Alvignat has, I think, failed to finish in 2 starts and lost another start, so he hasn't got a win to his name. Does he out around the course? He's short enough, really, for me, Alvignat. Wouldn't be for me. Josie's Orders you got to respect, but I don't think he's quite the horse that he was a couple of years ago. But yeah, I just don't get why Cantlo's 18 to 1. So Cantlo's secondary pick. Bless the Wings is the first. The other horse, which I know obviously a lot of people quite like this race, is Tiger Roll. I don't see him winning this, to be honest. He was soundly beaten in his sole start over cross-country cross-country course, sorry. I know obviously he'll have come on a bundle for that, but for me, I just have my doubts really. I like to be backing a horse in this, so I know ideally has a course and distance win to his name, and for me, Tiger Roll 5 to 1. I see Tiger Roll as more of a national horse, and I would like to see Tiger Roll because I think he's well weighted. He'll obviously he stays 4 miles as he proved when winning the 4 mile last year. I'd like to think Tiger Roll will use this as a nice prep before winning, well at least going close to the national in a month's time. I said the same about Cause of Causes last year. I didn't expect Cause of Causes to win it last year in this race. I thought Cause of Causes would have this as a nice prep before going on to win the national. He came second in the national as well as winning this. But for me, Bless the Wings, Cantlo, Bless the Wings has been the main selection. Oh, blimey. The Fred Winter, one of the toughest races to call of the week. It's tough. I've gone for 3 in this. I've gone for Aragon de Chenet. He won Saturday with ease. It's a quick turnaround, but we know he loves the ground. He seemed to revel in it. The further he went away, close to the finish, further he went on Saturday when he won at Sandown with ease. He sinks him with a low weight, which I think sometimes in the Fred Winter is all important. Yeah, I like his chances a lot. Oxford Blue, I followed Ollie Murphy all season. He's done very well. This horse won its debut, I believe it was at Fakenham. Has performed with credit 3 times since, but for me, I feel like he could be handicapped quite nicely. Richard Johnson rides, and for me, I'm going to stick with Ollie Murphy and Oxford Blue. And the final one is Esprit de Somoza. Represents last year's winning trainer, Nick Williams. So we know how he knows how to train a winner. Won at Huntingdon at massive odds 2 starts back. Won really nicely. Maybe a second behind the Russian Doyen. Last time out at Taunton, maybe had this race in mind. He wasn't beaten far, but I think the mark he works off, which I believe is 135 with Lizzie Kelly's £3 claim, could be all important. So for me, those are the 3 selections, with Aragon de Chenet being the main one. Other horses I like as 4. And Bole, 25 to 1, big price, could be well weighted. Won nicely last time at Wincanton. However, he has been beaten by both Activella and Esprit de Somoza this season. And for me, I just think that he might find a few too good, but I do respect his chances. Grand Sancy towards the bottom of the weights for Paul Nicholls. We know Paul Nicholls can train a winner of this. He's trained Calando and Diego de Charmel to win this in the past, but I just feel like he might find a few too good. I don't feel like what he's done so far would be good enough to win this, although I do feel like he could be well weighted. Nube Negra and Look My Way? Look My Way. It's late. Cut me some slack. But both towards head of the market. Both being by Paul Shakira this season. I do respect their chances. But for me, Nube Negra too short for this race, 7 to 1. I'd rather look for something maybe double the price. And look my way. I like his chances. Purely the reason why I've left him alone is that the highest winning mark of a winner of this in at least the last few renewals has been 134. We're just Flying Tiger last year, and Look My Way bids to do it off 135. And obviously it's only £1, and it's silly really because Flying Tiger broke the record by winning off 134 last year. But if you're looking at ways to get rid of horses, it's what I've done it. But don't be surprised if Look My Way runs a good race. I think out of the 4 that I've just mentioned, he might run the best race. But I say the 3 I've mentioned before are the 3 I've gone for. God, 20 minutes. I said I'd be quicker this time around. I do apologise. And finally, it's the bumper. Main fancy is the filly AC Milan. Didn't think she'd win at Newbury last time, but my God, she hacked up 11 lengths. Clearly getting better with every race. Was won at Cheltenham, so that's ticked off the list. So improving all the time. Ground, no worry. AC Milan, the filly, could do a Feyenoord last year. I really like this horse. She's improved so much. So yeah, she's the main fancy. A rare Gigginstown runner in Felix Desji. David Russell rides. Rare Gigginstown don't tend to run horses in this, so it's interesting that they line him up. Hasn't run for 130 odd days, but he's won both his bumper starts with some ease, and I like his profile. And again, I think he should go on the ground. The other horse I've gone for 3 again. 25 to 1 is too big about Crooks Peak. Is that what he's called? Well, the Johnson horse, Crooks Peak. Actually, I'll check what he's called really quickly. I do apologise, but I want to get his name right. I know he's called I think he's called Crooks Peak, but I will check. Right, bear with. Right, it's the Johnson horse. 2 starts, 2 wins. One of those has been a course distance win, so you can't. I say that's going to count his favour. Connections won it with Cheltenham a few years back. I just feel like 25 to 1, and I'm going to have his name for you imminently. His name is Crooks Peak. I was right. Needlessly looking at that phone. Crooks Peak, 25 to 1. As I already mentioned, course winner. Connections are what it takes to win this race. 2 out of 2. Faultless record. For me, 25 to 1, too big. So they're 3 for that race. Anyway, TTC selections. Check them out below of Steve Ryder, Ethan Simlis, Adam Crooks and Joe Bell. VideoNAP. I haven't even mentioned the VideoNAP. As you've probably already mentioned through watching this, it's going to be presenting Percy. I like a chance a lot. For next best, I haven't even decided yet, but I think I'm going to go for Next Destination. I fancy Next Destination to beat Sam Crow. They haven't faced each other. It's not a case of we know Sam Crow's too good for him. It's an unknown on both regards. Why not go for Next Destination at 7 to 2? He's a group winner. I like him. Next Destination, next best. Nap is presenting Percy. Best look wherever you're backing. Check out the TTC selections, the breakdown of this video below. Best look wherever you're backing, and goodbye.